trying to make sure this goes live. Alright, there we go. I think we are live.
It says we are.
Hi, bro. How are you doing right now?
What up, man? What up?
How's it going? I'm just trying to make sure this goes live.
Oh, I'm doing alright. Another fun-filled Saturday.
You like how I say that? Like, we haven't been talking for the last half an hour?
No, what are you talking about? I just got it. I just walked through the door.
Oh, there we go. We are live. Sweet. So, hi, man. What do you want to talk about? Like, the Illuminati or some shit?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit going on right now. Once again, we're still sitting on the verge of World War III. We got President Trump just got indicted again.
What do you think about that, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Depends on. I mean, it's setting a precedent, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, now we're indicting former presidents for classified documents that may or may not be legally in his possession.
Dude, has a president ever been indicted before? Is this the first time it's ever happened?
No, this is the first time.
Really?
So the last indictment, 2 months ago, a month ago, was the first time a president's ever been indicted.
So Trump is responsible for the first 2 indictments in the history of America?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Double indictment, double impeachment. He's double indicted.
Which is interesting because I've seen a lot of presidents do a lot of fucked up shit and no one's ever been indicted before.
No.
So, do you think that President Trump is being indicted because of, like, democracy and justice and all this shit? Why are you laughing, bro?
No, there's... Maybe he did some shit. Maybe he did some shit that, we're not privy to because it's all in the details.
Yeah.
But, no.
Okay.
Because you're looking at a former president with documents that he's allowed to have.
Yeah.
And then you also have 2 vice presidents who have documents that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But nobody's going after
That's the thing.
Mike Pence and
Yeah.
now President Biden.
Yeah, to break this down, right? Like, we've seen a lot of politicians, a lot of presidents do a lot of fucked up shit. And then when we look at Trump, it's like, first he's a Russian agent. Every day on the news. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum.
Forever.
New developments, Russian agent. And this turned out to be all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that point in this direction, but namely the thing that just came out with the Durham report and all this, right? They investigated the shit out of it. Even with the other side of the story, like what was it, Mueller, whatever the fuck his name is.
That guy.
They poured every resource possible into invest. They tore apart this dude's life. They went through it with a fine-tooth comb. Couldn't get shit.
Yeah.
And the next thing was just like, what was it? Ukraine, quid pro quo.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're gonna go after. It's just one thing after another. We need to go after him. We need to go after him. We need to go after him. But yet, then I see all these other presidents doing all this shit, like we were just talking about outside. George W. Bush, weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, made up a lie. The whole intelligence community, weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, they're there somewhere.
They went and started a whole crazy shit, war, devastated the Middle East, killed 1 million people or more. And then I don't see any indictments, though. I don't see anybody be held responsible.
No war crimes.
No war crimes.
Yeah.
No nothing. I don't see anything being done with this shit. And it's just president after president. Obama's got a whole list of things. Clinton's got a whole list of things. Just you go down the list. All these presidents do all this crazy shit. But then the establishment wants to keep going after Trump and Trump and Trump and Trump and Trump.
They're jealous of his hair.
Is that what it is?
Been consistent.
No one's ever had that haircut.
And not a consistent.
No.
It's for what, 80 years now? He was born with this hairdo.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it might be like the amount of hairspray he uses in his hair might be contributing to climate change, and that's why.
It's the aerosols from the can,
I think it is.
and that's their problem.
Yeah. So, but what do you think the deal is, dude? Why do they always go after Trump and Trump and Trump every fucking time? But like all these other presidents can just get away with seemingly whatever the fuck they want. They can just do whatever they want.
Well, yeah, since, you hear it, since he came down the escalator, they've had something to say. And they have. I mean, kind of. But yeah, what's their problem with Trump?
Yeah.
Is Trump, I mean, he says he funded his whole first campaign. So he doesn't owe any money to anybody. So he doesn't owe favors. So there's that. And then and he didn't take a salary as president. He gave it all to, I forgot, I think veterans, something like
I don't
that.
really know, but yeah.
Yeah, but he gets so now he's not getting paid by the establishment to do things. So he's kind of he's tearing down a lot of things and doing things that they don't like. Making us fuel independent. That's horrible. I hated $2 gas.
Yeah.
I hated, not being able to, I like having the choice, do I want gas or do I get food,
Yeah.
So it was, I like that now. He's doing horrible things then, ending child trafficking. Oh God, that was horrible.
Ooh, that's an interesting thing. To say.
Stopping
Ending child
that.
trafficking, yeah. That's
Closing down our border so it's secure, so we know who's here, so we don't get hit by another 9/11 like attack. Those things are horrible. You don't want that type of shit. Not in our not in America. We want floods of immigrants,
Yeah.
undocumented, all across.
That
the
sounds
country.
like.
but not at the vice
I have
president's
so many
house.
things I want to say.
Oh well,
about what you just said. One thing that comes to my mind is, have you ever heard, to me, it seems like, okay, dude, like the whole New World Order thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the whole idea behind that is globalism.
One world government.
One world government, one world establishment, this world authority gets to and it seems like that's the direction we're heading in. It seems like with Trump, and this isn't to say that I agree with every single thing Trump says or does, but it seems like with Trump was a nationalist. He was America. Right?
Yeah.
Let's bring America to the forefront of the
America
world.
first.
America first. And it seemed like, to me, the policies that he was enacting were in line with that sentiment. And I think what's happening is the left wing, or whatever, the Democrats and shit, these liberal, I could say a whole bunch of shit about that too, but it seems like that has somehow got on board with globalism. That this worldwide, a global community and shit. And it seems like that Trump is in direct odds with what that agenda is.
Yeah.
The globalism,
Yeah.
New World Order shit.
Yeah.
Because you can't have globalism, New World Order when America
With America
is
first.
at the forefront.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about this kind of on the last podcast, bringing down America is at the forefront of globalism, New World Order. And I think Trump, as a person, as a politician, as a leader, stands in the way, in a lot of ways, of this New World Order. And
No.
that's the real reason
Yeah.
why he's a Russian agent and fucking we need to go after him and fuck him and
Yeah.
in the media every day. What do you think about that?
I'm right along with it. You
think
can't
so?
have, like you said, you can't have America being number one again if we want every country to be equal. Being ran together. You can't have one head honcho.
Yeah.
And if we're that, and if we're doing everything, and that's the thing with why, I think we don't fabricate or make a lot of shit here anymore, because if we're all dependent on everyone else, because if we could, we could. Everything we buy from overseas, technology-wise, obviously there's some food that you have to get somewhere else because
Of course.
it won't grow here. But
Of course.
that's normal trade. You know what I mean? But if we're relying on Mexico for concrete and China and Japan for our cell phones and our microchips, when all it is, it's a factory. We can build a factory here to make it here by an American company and have the money go to America and help Americans. That's our problem is that we take all this money that we get and we raise debt ceilings and all that, but we still drop money not in America.
Yeah.
$2.1 billion we just sent to Ukraine.
On top of the billions and billions and billions
Yeah.
of dollars
Another
previously.
right after we passed the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
I did it. I did the math. That's
Yeah.
600,000. Oh, sorry, 300,000 families, homeless families that you could put a house.
Yeah. Because that's not
600,000 just individuals.
really. That's
Average.
That's not to say that people America or any country shouldn't be doing business with the rest of the world. Of course they should.
Well, yes.
But when you just export everything out of America, and you like, it seems like to me like this countries like China and shit like this are starting to take over the world, and it seems like there's a push to make that happen. Like, remember when the whole COVID thing, like they had a zero COVID policy, and fucking, you know, they were like locking people away, literally like fucking
Buildings.
Yeah, in
Are you
building.
talking about China?
Yeah, they were like, what was it?
Welding.
People into their houses, and they have a social credit score and shit like that. They have that social credit system.
They have a face recognition system
Yeah,
that
dude.
runs your face and then checks like your shit
Yeah,
while you're
bro.
going to places.
Like, it would make George Orwell blush
Yeah.
from like 1984, you know? And I
Yeah.
think that that's the direction that I think these multinational corporations and a lot of these governments with this globalism want to go, just to make China the model where they control every fucking thing.
every aspect.
Every aspect of every single thing about life. You're on a social credit system, and they just control everything. I think that's what they want. The model in China is what they want to bring for the rest of the world. If you've noticed, like some of these sports teams and some of these celebrities and shit will come out saying shit against China, blackball them, get them out of here.
Oh yeah.
Why are we so against talking shit or criticizing even a communist totalitarian regime?
They edit movies.
What?
They'll edit movies to fit the Chinese
Yeah.
thing.
Why? Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
It's because they love you and they want to do all this shit because
Inclusion?
You, yeah, because of you, because they love you. Is why
They're
they're
right.
trying to do this shit. I don't buy it, and I think that that's what this shit is all about. It's just to get this like totalitarian control of the world, and to bring it back to Trump. I have my reservations about that guy, but I think that that's the real reason why he's a Russian agent. And that's the real reason why all this shit is because he stands in the way of bringing the world to its knees into a fucking totalitarian China
world. Just world, not
Right.
even country.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
You think so? Am
I think
lunatic for
I think
saying
it's
that?
I think it's a big part of it. I'm sure there's other things that like he's doing. I mean, he's really big on God.
No.
You know, well, so he says, but you know, he's big on God. So you know, and you see a lot of there's I guess conspiracies that say that the world is ran by a giant satanic cult.
It is, bro.
So if you're
Dude.
if you're big in God, you're obviously against Satan.
Yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course.
You can't be. I don't even know how to word this. By deity. It's another new.
Are you assuming that deity gender right now, or?
No. I'm just saying you can't be God and devil.
Yeah.
You can't like the right work like that.
Yeah. Something just happened there. It's like someone's like, you know, I really like spicy food, but I hate it at the same time. Like,
Yeah,
it's either
yeah.
spicy or it's not.
Yeah.
It's on or it's off with that
Yeah,
type of shit.
exactly.
Yeah, but like, there you just said something interesting. Like, the world is. What did you say? The exact phrase you just used?
Satanic.
Pedophiles? Did
Well,
you say
I didn't know.
that?
Whoa.
I'm
Whoa.
going there.
They like to be called maps.
Oh, excuse me, but I'm really going there, bro.
Minor. Hey, speaking of pedophiles, did you hear about this thing about Instagram? That like Instagram has just been found that they had they had a network for pedophiles within Instagram.
No.
With pages and videos using key phrases like pizza.
Is this like the Pizzagate shit?
It's kind of leads into it.
Yeah.
You know, all those, just,
I haven't heard about this one thing, but sorry to cut you off.
No.
What I have heard about is like everybody knows at this point who hasn't been living in Iraq, all the people that like the most powerful and richest and fucking politicians and leaders of corporations, why are they all hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein?
right?
And it makes you wonder if there's that one guy, he's the dude in the forefront that got like all the attention. How many Jeffrey Epsteins are really out there? Jeffrey Epstein like characters. I'm sure he's not the only fucking one.
No, there's
Right?
Yeah, no.
Right? How many others are like that? How many of these people are hanging out with them? And then you look at things like Bohemian Grove and shit like this.
Yeah.
Some of the most powerful and influential people. This sounds like a conspiracy theory. It's not, dude. This is like
There's photos.
Alex Jones actually went in there and blew this whole fucking thing where he took videos and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most powerful people in the world go to this place and they fucking worship a giant demonic owl and they do mock human sacrifices in front of the shit. And then they come on TV and talk about, we love you and that's why we need to take away all your rights.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
you said like, oh, the world is run by satanic, I kind of added pedophiles, but I
yeah.
think it is.
Okay.
And what's going on there? Why are all the people in the world hanging out with a pedophile contracting company, I guess it would be, or whatever the fuck that guy was?
Who?
Epstein.
Epstein?
Well,
What was Epstein?
He was. I think he was kind of like a.
He was a blackmailer.
Yeah, blackmailer.
A professional black. Well, they say he's a Mossad agent.
Yeah.
But no proof that I'm aware of.
Yeah, but what's going on there, and why are they all Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove? You watch? Have you seen the Grammys? Sam Smith.
I mean, no, I don't watch the Grammys, but yes, I heard what you were talking about, and
Right.
I mean, I don't like. No.
It seems like a promotion of satanic shit everywhere I look.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah,
That's the question.
So why is Target in trouble?
Yeah, weren't they doing satanic
They
pedophile shit?
They said Satan. Something about like Satan respects my pronouns or some shit like that, dude. So, yeah, why is Satan in such big in
That's
the
a good
forefront
question.
now?
That's
like,
a good question.
and it's maybe it's not in the forefront now anymore than it has. I think we just more aware and vigilant about it now. It's more prominent now.
Yeah,
You know,
I think so. We probably sound insane to some people that might be watching this, but
that's fine.
me and you have been paying attention to this shit for years.
Yeah, I've been
And-
talking about it for years, saying that the next big war that happens with America, that like the homeland, America, won't go untouched.
You think like the shit's gonna be brought here?
Yeah, well, and I think the war is going to be a mix of either a World War III scenario or a revolutionary scenario, or at one point, I still stick with it, a civil.
I think so.
war.
They're drumming it up in the media.
But I see the problem with Civil War this time. It's not so white, black. You know what I
Like
mean?
black and white,
Yeah.
off and on. Like,
It's not going to be, the South versus the North, dude. This country is mixed, bro. Like, how are you going to determine between, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas are all in alliance, but how do you know that's where I'm from? You can go off my accent.
yeah, and I think every state has a mix of different people within that state.
So there'll be infighting within
Exactly.
states, and then
It's Democrat versus Republican, left
Well,
versus right,
It's still red versus blue, ain't it?
red versus blue.
Yep. So I don't know. But I definitely don't think the next war will get the country we'll lose American lives on soil. I think.
You think we will?
I think so.
I think you're right, dude, and I think that it's being drummed up in the media. I really do, bro. Like the term,
There's constant division.
it's
being
constant
pushed.
vision every fucking day, and I think everybody's guilty. And I'll admit it right now. Like I'm kind of guilty of that shit because like I don't consider myself on the right, but I align with that right now in 2023 way more than I do with the left.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
find myself talking mad shit about the left nowadays because to me they're just so out of their fucking minds. And I don't mean like the everyday Democrat that like goes to the thing and he just like wants to have like a better country and shit. I'm saying like this extreme fucking just like way out there shit.
My problem is the Democrats that can't admit that the position we're in is bad. Like I hate the people who it's better than Trump.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, is it? That's a real question.
Is
it better than Trump?
Like,
Are you
factually,
sure? I don't think it is.
You're talking like you heard me earlier, dog. Like I hate the decision of like, do I fill my tank up all the way?
Yeah, bro.
Or do I go and do I split it? Do I get a couple meals? Dude, I saw a fucking picture of steak being $93.54 for a steak.
What kind of steak?
Not $93.54. Kroger's steak ain't that good.
Yeah, bro. seriously, like this is a real thing. Like me and my girlfriend go to the grocery store and shit and go shopping, and we're pretty frugal. Like she's really good at like looking for deals and shit, and she's like all about that. And like, dude, it's really difficult to like go to the supermarket and like once a week and come back with like without spending like $250 plus. Like,
Oh yeah, $100
You know what I mean?
gets you a meal more or less.
you know, so it's like, dude, it wasn't like this under Trump. Like, I'm sorry, it just wasn't.
You
Gas
gotta-
wasn't fucking. What is it now?
It's going down, man.
Oh,
It's
is
going
it?
down 30 cents. It's 460.
460, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's the whole idea. It's better than Trump. Are you sure, bro? Are
Like,
you sure it's better than Trump?
like we weren't at war, or at least funding a war with Trump. There's that.
We
were
weren't?
energy into no. He was the first president to not start a new war
He was the first president not to start a new war, but
in a while. I mean, I'm
yeah,
sure there's
no, he was. I think that's a true statement. Actually, yeah, in a while, because I'm sure in like the 1700s.
I'm sure
and
there
shit.
was some point.
Yeah. But like in the last like recent amount of time, like every president that I can remember in my lifetime fucked up people's
Bush
shit.
went to Desert Storm 1.
Yeah.
Clinton stayed in Desert Storm.
And they did more shit too. Bosnia and Kosovo.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Every
we were
president
everywhere.
has their shit. Where
Yeah.
they started new. Obama, fucking the peace candidate, started fucking all these crazy wars and shit. But
We got rid of Al Qaeda because we got rid of Bin Laden, right? But now ISIS showed up.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, bro. I don't want to get.
Bin Laden's
Yeah.
dead.
I don't want to get like too.
He's in Denver Supermax, bro. I'm
You talking
telling
about
you right
Tim
now.
Osmond, the
Oh, the C-
CIA?
the CIA,
asset?
yes.
Yeah, Tim Osmond. Yeah,
Osmond, yes.
but fucking.
He's
the
in,
point is,
he's in Denver Supermax right now. I'm telling you, if he's
think he
if
is?
he's alive and was actually a bad guy,
yeah.
like for all I know, he's working at like, oh damn, bro, like a Ford dealership, you know,
Dude,
selling
that's
cars.
not to say, yeah, but that's not to say that like Osama bin Laden wasn't a piece of shit. I'm sure
Oh
he
no,
was.
no, I'm not saying he was a great guy, but,
But dude, when you really start looking into like some shit, like particularly 9/11, there's some shit that just doesn't add up and shit. And I meant to lead this into a conversation, but you've heard the term the military-industrial complex, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So like that was the Dwight D. Eisenhower. He, on his farewell address, he chose to use that as his main platform of like a message to deliver to America, to like be wary of the military-industrial complex. And for viewers, whoever the three people that might be watching this is, the military-industrial complex is like a partnership between the government and huge corporations that make money off of war, right?
BlackRock,
Yeah, people like this, Boeing, fucking.
Vanguard,
It just goes on and on and on. And on.
the list.
Yeah. So it seemed to me like I even seen an interview where Trump was saying like the military-industrial complex is like a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, and when I see this dude didn't start any new wars, and I see a peace candidate like Obama come in, whoa, peace. He's starting all these new wars.
He's drone
attacking all this
Syrian
shit.
villages because there might be a terrorist.
Yeah, there is a highly influential situation in this country, in the world, where people are making money off of killing other people with bombs and guns.
Or selling said bombs and guns,
Right.
so other places can kill.
So when I see a president come in and not start any new wars, that goes ding, 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 ding. He's not sold out to the military-industrial complex
Yeah.
as much as some of these other people are.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely not starting a war, and our economy still grow as well as it did for until 2020. You know, is amazing because yeah, for a while, yeah, we got money from war. You know, we made people went to work. You know, but now, I mean, nothing. Like I didn't get in. My life didn't get any better from 01 until about 2015.
But did it get better
2016.
because of war, you think?
No.
Never
No,
does.
never,
does.
no.
It gets more dangerous
Yeah.
to live in the world and more all these negative things.
There's too many things that could happen at wartime. You know, so now to go into not being in war for 4 years, I mean, it's pretty dope.
I like that. You know what I mean? And listen, I
We got our
always,
soldiers home too. Like
Yeah,
they don't
bro.
need to. Yeah, because we have soldiers doesn't mean we need to constantly have them fighting. They like to be home too.
yeah,
They got families they want to see grow up. You know, but they're always ready.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I think so. I think that it, like, I talk to a lot of military people. I used to do a podcast with a guy. But yeah, I think a lot of people in the military are aware of this shit. They know about the military industrial complex.
Yeah.
And they're interested in defending America. That's
Yeah.
why they signed up for the military. Any Marine you talk to, that's why they do what they did.
yep.
And I think the idea to them of starting wars for profit and to give people power to make money and put resources in people's bank accounts, it's not what they're interested in. And I think, you know who Ron Paul is,
Yeah.
right? He's Rand Paul's father. Like, the Rand Paul is the guy who's like,
Oh,
Fauci.
you and I have talked about this.
Yes. He ran as a Republican in, what was it, 04 and, no, 08 and 012 as an anti-war candidate. He was a Republican.
Well.
Fuck off, right? But like, the point is, well, I don't even remember what the point is, what I was just gonna say. But yeah, that guy, dude, Ron Paul, he was like a libertarian. He was the first guy that like got me in all this shit, and he ran as an anti-war candidate. He was a Republican, which is weird at the time
Yeah.
because it was like Republicans were like, fucking, let's fuck people
The
up.
warmonger party, right?
And he got the most donations and support from veterans than any other candidate combined.
Okay.
Republicans and Democrats, and Obama was running at the time, combined, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that tells you where the military's at with this shit.
Right,
They know,
don't
bro.
wanna
They
fight.
know the
They
shit,
don't
you
wanna
know?
fight. I mean, some do. You definitely got those people in there that are like war.
Yeah, it's not that they don't want to fight. It's just that they don't want to fight battles because they see
Needless
needless
battles,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like they seen their friends and shit get fucking,
You know,
blown
get
away
blown
and shit.
up,
and,
getting
like,
shit. They possibly have gone through it, but there's
they
some,
get the shit. That's
Yeah.
why a candidate like Ron Paul, and that's why I think Rand Paul, his son, has built that traction. Like, remember he was like grilling Anthony Fauci?
I like him.
I do too.
I hope he's a good one.
I think he is.
I really hope he's a good one.
I
'cause,
really
like,
think he is.
So, yeah, dude, war is never.
It's a racket.
It's not good.
No.
But other things that our last president did that. So you had Biden talking. If you don't vote for me,
You ain't black?
you're not black.
Yeah.
You would think he would help
Yeah.
the black community.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything? I haven't heard anything he's doing for the black community.
No.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think that's really happening.
You know what Trump was doing? He was going to set up two, what are they called, Black Wall Streets in each major city.
We mean each major city, like LA and New York.
LA, New York, Chicago. Big populous cities. Probably one here, probably in every major city. You know what I mean? So each big city in each state, a Black Wall Street to help the black community out. But he's a racist president, so
Yeah.
why isn't Biden doing that
What is Biden doing, I think?
right now?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Napping. But like, if you were to say like, can you tell me, like, I don't know, like, this might sound biased because we both are against Biden, but like, what is Biden doing for America right now? You think? Like, if you could name some.
Oh, okay, to like benefit America.
Yeah, like he's the American president. You would think that he would be doing things to benefit America.
What's he doing to build back better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you think's going on there? You can't just rifle off shit off.
I mean, no, I haven't really heard anything. He gave money to Ukraine.
Do you think
He
that
made-
benefits America?
Yeah, definitely, because now we don't have that ammo to protect America.
Oh.
And if we can't protect America, then we can, get on with that, one world government.
Okay.
Because, I think we're getting pretty low on our ammo.
Yeah.
So
Do you
an
think that
invasion from an open border could happen?
from like a military-industrial complex like perspective, do you think that America is getting involved in Ukraine because they love with Nazis, right? Isn't Ukraine?
Oh yeah,
Nazis?
that Azov battalion.
Yeah.
The
'Cause they love
Nazi
America,
National
right?
Guard of Ukraine who's fighting their war.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's always good to support. This is a hard topic.
Nazis.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. That was hard for me
Right.
to say.
So all these
But be against them.
right
At home.
At home.
But
then
yeah.
away you
No
send
Nazis
them,
here
but away
in
you send them
Ukraine.
billions.
Fighting Russia.
Russia. Right.
Obviously, the American way.
So, what do you think is really going on with this Ukraine shit?
Well,
Strap in, bro.
right. I think Russia's doing what they said they would do after World War II and holding up their end of the deal of getting rid of Nazis if they're present in the world.
Okay.
So, and America is funding the home of the deep state, but it says conspiracy, right?
You're a conspiracy theorist.
No,
Just
you
everybody.
can't. I can't be labeled that.
Okay.
Allegedly, that's treason.
You must be like a terrorist. Or something.
It's not that. Who knows? But they say that Ukraine is, HQ for the deep state. On the flip of the coin, I'll hit you with another one. They also say, conspiracy, that Scottsdale,
What?
Arizona, is the home HQ for Q. So,
Are you fucking
and
serious?
I've driven around Scottsdale.
I've been to Scottsdale.
I haven't seen any
feel
Q
like-
headquarters.
Yeah, I
I
feel
feel
like I would have noticed.
I
that.
would notice that building, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
who knows if it's real? You know what I mean? So, and then, they say that it's a big hub for, trafficking through Ukraine and Taiwan.
What do you think the whole Russia deal is, right? So since Trump has come down the escalator, it's Russia all the time.
Well, because you
What do
can't be afraid of Russia.
Why? Why is it
Because
Russia?
Russia's are one of our, biggest threats out
What do you
there.
think's going on there? Are they really the biggest threat to America in countries in the world, or what do you think is really going on?
Do I consider Russia a threat?
Who's more of a threat, Russia or China?
China.
Well, then why is the media always focused on Russia? You think?
Well, you can't blame somebody who owns half the country's farmland.
Okay.
I might have stretched the percentage, but
Yeah.
a chunk of our farmland,
A
or
huge
who's got their
percentage.
fingers into Hollywood, or
Yeah. And it's like-
hypothetically been fucking a senator with a spy. I mean, there's that. There's that. I mean,
Well, it's like
well, and there's if you believe conspiracy, that Biden's gotten some money.
But never mind all that.
But, yeah, no.
Bro, it's
No,
Trump that's the fucking
Trump
problem.
is the problem. He's
Right?
trying to,
Yeah.
lower the influence of China in America by standing tall to him. He's a problem. He doesn't want, corrupt politicians. He doesn't want lifetime politicians. I agree. There should be term limits for senators and House Republicans.
Yeah, dude.
You can't sit there for
For as long as you want.
40,
Really, there's
60s.
no limit.
Yeah, and in that time, you can't tell me someone who's 90 years old in Congress, once again, fudging numbers, is
Yeah.
someone that has the interest of, one, a modern time. You know what I mean? 90 years, you've been in office for what? So you can run into office at 25, I think, to be a senator or some shit like
Is
that.
it 25?
20, something like that.
Okay.
So you're 20. Your views at 20, sure as shit, should not be the same when you're 60. And if they are, you should have been out of office a long time ago.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think that that's really their views?
Or are they being paid for it to be their views?
Yes.
Some.
You think
I
that's
honestly think there might be some people because they,
Probably.
like the younger generation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
specific senators who are young, but if you grow up in a time being told
Yeah.
something your whole life, like it goes to like the subject of you're not born racist. You know what I mean? You've got to. I don't think you can be born racist.
No, this is something that's taught.
Taught, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in a house being taught the whole time that Republicans are dumbasses or they're racist or they're this, you know, you're gonna believe it when you get older and you're gonna run on that.
Yeah. But dude, when you get into office and clearly there's some money being thrown around for you to have these views, right? Like we were just talking about the military industrial complex and shit. Like there's certain corporations lobbying, dude. Like
Yeah.
the amount of money that goes into lobbying from like some of these biggest corporations, I don't think it's very difficult. I shouldn't say nobody, but like I think it's very difficult to get into politics and not be influenced by
By
people
some.
throwing money around.
Could you say no?
I think I could,
You think?
but that's just me being a douchebag. Like,
Could you say no to the money even though you could potentially accidentally suicide yourself?
yeah, I would still say no to the money because to me, it's just like I feel like I don't know. I don't want to sound like a douchebag, but I would never get into politics. But if I did, I don't think that I would let someone buy me off to go drone strike a village in fucking whatever country they're trying to drone strike.
I've always thought about being a politician, but I've also been like, no,
Yeah.
because
Why? Is it because of that shit?
look, yeah, my family would be my biggest concern. I've got, dude.
Danger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't need my family to be in danger. You can endanger me all you want. I don't care, but not my family. And I know people. You know, if you're gonna play dirty, you're gonna go after someone's family. And then I play dirty back, and then the whole military-industrial complex doesn't matter because I'll burn everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is difficult for a person because, like, we were raised in this society. I think that like everything when you were from a kid growing up was all just about like getting the most amount of money, beating your neighbor, beating the Joneses,
Seeing the new stuff.
the new stuff, having the dopest shit possible. And when someone's offering you checks for 6 figures and shit, it's
Yeah.
difficult
To
to
say-
say no and hold on to your principles. And I think that this is a lot of the shit that's going on in Washington, D.C. This mixed with, sorry to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but this fucking Satan death cult that has consumed a lot of the shit around us. I think that it's difficult to not take the money, basically is what I'm saying. And say no to these people who are fucking throwing money at you and throwing influence at you. And it's very easy to sign a bill and drone bomb a village in the Middle East somewhere
Yeah.
and make
From
$600,000 and pay off your house.
Yeah.
Than to say no, and I think that this is a lot of the shit that's going on in Washington D.C. I think a lot of these politicians are paid for, and
Yeah.
when I see certain ones stick up, it's like a lawn, and all the grass is even. When I look at like politics in Washington D.C. and there's certain heads that stick up, like Robert Kennedy Jr.
Okay.
and fucking Tulsi Gabbard. Do you know who that is?
I know Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, and like certain people, Rand Paul,
Mm-hmm.
certain people that stick their head above that grass that's being mowed, they put their lives in danger,
Yeah.
being like chopped off by the fucking blades. And I would like to think that I would be one of those people, but I don't know.
If I were to go, that would kind of want where I'd want to be.
You know what I mean?
But I got a fast mouth, so I'll probably get hit by the lawnmower fast.
You know what I mean? And it's very dangerous because you can't just go all out unless you're Trump, and you just go all out.
And you
look at the
have
shit.
some type of something protecting the dog shit out of you.
Yeah. Is it
Cause-
God? What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Think it is? You think it's like supernatural?
He has something looking over him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because, man, it pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, probably hands down the best debates I've ever watched.
Funniest.
Funniest, hands down, probably, but the best.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's been the most entertaining politician I've I've ever seen in my life.
We sure did. Clint played the saxophone in Leno.
He did.
That was
But
pretty
he
bomb.
does do some shit. I'm not like 100% on board with Trump. There's some shit like that. Like I look at that guy, I'm like, wait, what? Like the vaccine and shit, Operation Warp Speed, and how behind.
He is of
We
it.
shouldn't use that word though because we're gonna get fucking canceled and banned on fucking Facebook. But
Only if we talk ill will of the vaccine.
we should stop using that word. But we'll call it the jab, or the whatever we want to call it. But yeah.
Got you.
That's the shit that I've noticed that like gets people in trouble and gets people shadow banned is using that word.
Oh, the V word.
Yeah. So, but the point is, I've seen that guy. I want to believe him, but then he's so behind this shit, and it's just like it makes me wonder, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like trying to say like don't get that shit, but I don't know. The shit I've been seeing lately.
I'm saying just read the like 55 pages
Yeah,
of symptoms
bro.
that Pfizer dropped before you think of
Yeah. Well, the whole idea of, I'll tell you my explanation of this conspiracy theory is the idea that the medical establishment, who makes billions and billions of dollars off you being sick, was doing all this and putting all these resources into making you healthy, which loses them money and influence.
Well, that's why there's no cure for cancer.
I don't know.
Well, openly able to openly sourced, cure for cancer. If you got the right money, I'm sure. Look at Magic Johnson beat AIDS.
Yeah.
So
I just think that there's a sick industry, and I think that there's a lot of corporations and a lot of politicians and shit that make a lot of money of people being sick. The whole idea of shutting everything down and fucking making sure fucking you need a vaccine passport to get. Remember when they were doing vaccine passports?
I
and all that
remember
shit?
them talking about vaccine
Because they
passports.
love you so much and shit. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
they're like worshiping Satan and fucking like raping little children.
Yeah.
And like all the shit, and like the people that make the most money off of like people being sick are the ones who are like begging you to get this fucking thing to make you healthy. I don't think that makes sense.
I think the more they beg you to do something,
Nah.
the least likely you should do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
agree with that.
Obviously, I feel like now, cause see, like the Pope,
You said the Pope.
the Pope, yeah. When like the Pope was coming about, it was divided. You weren't hearing. Now, if I heard 100% of the medical industry being like, "No, you should probably do this," like when it came to the Pope, I definitely said I don't buy video game consoles on the first gen, so I'm not going to get that on the first gen. So I mean, that kind of helped me because by the time it was really starting to get pushed, you also had more doctors now coming out and
Yeah.
being like, no, you might want to hold off.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
You want like third gen.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to go for second gen either. Third gen poke is where it was at, but they never. I mean, I don't think we're at a third gen COVID poke.
Well, they got all like the boosters and shit.
Ooh,
But-
are those gens or are they like DLC upgrades?
I don't trust it, and I don't think it's the thing to make you healthy. I just don't, because here's the thing I was noticing in the media. It was like, okay, so you see the news, right? It's just like, you need to get this poke. Right? This is the thing that's gonna make you healthy. Tune in tonight at 5 o'clock, and we're gonna tell you all about how this poke is gonna make you. We're gonna shut down shit. We're gonna have poke passports, and we are so interested in your health that we're gonna do all this shit and make sure everybody gets this shit. Commercial. Taco Bell. Make sure you come and get your 5-layer burrito with a
yeah.
Pepsi. And next commercial. Budweiser. Make sure you drink this shit. And next commercial. Burger King. Make sure you get your Whopper. Back to the news. Make sure you get your Poke because that's what's going to make you healthy.
Don't go outside and walk.
Don't go outside. Don't go to the gym.
But if you
don't
do
any
go
shit.
outside, make sure you got a mask.
So the basic message I got from that was like, dude, eat your fucking Burger King, eat your fast food, drink your Pepsi, drink your beer, get shit-faced. But the main thing that's going to make you healthy is this poke. And as long as you do that, then you're going to be dope healthy.
And you can't get it. It's perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe, perfectly fine.
Can't catch it again.
Yeah, but then all this other information is coming out as of late saying that like the people who got the poke are more at risk of getting not only the sickness but the problems from the sickness that got the poke. That like
Yeah.
the thing has gone with people, the
shoots
poked
up the
people.
symptoms. Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's just me as a conspiracy theory. That's why I didn't get the poke, because I was watching the shit. I was like, wait a minute, bro. Something just doesn't seem right about this. I know these motherfuckers don't give a shit. These motherfuckers have never given a shit about us in my entire life. Now suddenly they're bending over backwards to make sure we're healthy, while fucking drink your Pepsi and eat your Taco Bell and make sure you do that, but get your poke, then you'll be healthy. I was like, none of this shit was ever focused on health. None of this shit was ever focused on nutrition.
No.
Healthy lifestyle. It was just get this poke, then you'll be healthy. I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then you hear people who got the poke, and then after they got the poke, they got the vid again.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, I thought you weren't getting it.
Yeah.
I thought you can't catch it no more. Yeah, and then just too much. And now you've got reports of they have cancer cells or proteins in the vaccine that they used. There's talks that they use an HIV protein.
Okay.
In
AIDS.
it-
You heard this term? VAIDS?
VAIDS,
Yeah. Vaccine AIDS?
vaccine-induced AIDS.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't want to get too conspiratorial.
I'm
This is.
a little upset I didn't create the.
We're probably
nickname.
gonna get canceled on fucking wherever we're putting this up on, but
Yeah.
right
that's
now for saying the shit we're saying. But
not
listen, man,
unexpected.
I'm not saying don't get the shit. Like, I'm not a fucking doctor. Don't
It's your
listen to me.
choice.
It's your choice, but I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Maybe you should think about some shit. And the people who already like did that shit obviously already did that shit, but like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people, and I don't agree with the whole thing of like this needs to be mandated. And fucking the people that are losing their jobs and losing their lives and losing their like.
Oh yeah, you can't go to
livelihoods.
work because you
can't
won't
go to
get a
work.
shot.
I don't trust it. I don't think that they care and love you so much that they're willing to go to that length to make sure you're nice and safe and healthy. But
No, because if they did, Burger King would have a burger meat.
yeah. They wouldn't be telling you to eat Burger King in between news broadcasts and drink your Pepsi and fucking make sure you get the thing. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me.
I think any medicine that has a symptom,
Yeah.
that one of the symptoms is death,
Yeah.
or
Well, have you seen the videos of like?
psychosis,
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of like all the athletes?
just falling out,
Yeah. What do you think that is?
a poke.
You think it's a bug?
Well, like, okay, so if we're gonna go to most recent story, and I mean more or less that people in America are aware about is the Buffalo Bills player. Right, he
Okay.
fell out.
Yep.
You know, the week, like 7 days before, he got a booster.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Well, have you ever in your life seen so many videos of like professional athletes and soccer players and what all these different variety of sports? You've seen all these videos of these people collapsing on field and like having these like cardiac like
Incidents?
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen this in your life until
I
the
haven't
last couple of
seen
years?
so many videos of people just dying.
Mm.
Like, there's people doing what we're doing right now, and you see a guy just, and then just
Yeah.
fall out. Like, what the fuck is that?
I think that this shit is probably happening all across the world all the time, but the reason why it's being brought up on these sports because this is the shit that's on video.
Well, you can
This is
catch
the shit
that
that's
shit
been
live.
filmed.
This
It's
is
live on video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel very apprehensive to talk about shit like this because there's probably people like the 3 people that might be watching this that would like maybe some of them have got the thing, and like I don't want to scare people, but at the same time, it's like maybe there's people who haven't got it yet and want to get it and whatever the fuck. Like I don't know. I'm just saying, think twice about all this shit. Use your critical thinking skills. Think about if these same pharmaceutical companies that make all this money off of making you sick are really this interested in making you healthy with this fucking thing. I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense.
Think about this.
Okay.
Pfizer put out the poke, right?
Yeah.
Pfizer put out Chantix, right? Chantix got recalled because it was causing lung cancer. Do you trust that? They made a pill to help you quit smoking to give you the same damn disease that you were trying to avoid by quitting smoking.
I don't know. I don't want to sound like a fucking douchebag. I don't trust it.
I think you should be scared.
I think you should be skeptical. Because I say this to say that I don't think we're done with this lockdown pandemic shit.
Oh no, I think they're going
to release another one.
I think they're going to hit us with a climate change lockdown.
There's that too, but I also think that they're going to do another pandemic.
They're going to two for it?
Yeah.
You think they'll double down?
I really do.
Climate change lockdown, then hit us with another...
Yeah, like the whole lab leak theory, which, it definitely didn't come from a lab. Cancel any scientists and doctors who say that it did. But then it turns out that it most likely came from a lab. Like, I think that, like, another one's going to escape from a lab and shut down everyone's business and transfer all the middle-class wealth to multinational corporations again.
Or eliminate the middle-class wealth.
And I think that's what's going to be a thing. And I think that one's going to be the big one, bro. And I think that's... So when the Pope comes out for that, the reason I say all this shit is to say be mindful of that. Critical. I would recommend as a person, I don't know, I'm just a fucking person who installs window coverings into people's fucking houses. Like, I don't know shit.
That's fair.
But looking around and being critically thinking, I don't know, the two people that are watching this, maybe think about that one before it happens. But here's the thing. I gotta take a piss real bad. So we can either end this right now, we're at 51 minutes, or I can take a piss and you can just kind of like cover this right now while I take a piss. And then...
No, okay.
You want to send it right now?
Yeah.
Alright. So, don't listen to us. We're just some stupid motherfuckers who are just like saying some shit right now on the internet. But when the next pandemic comes around, think twice. Critically think.
We'll come live to you during the next pandemic too.
If we're not canceled and fucking thrown in a concentration camp.
No, we'll still come live.
Yeah. we'll come live from our concentration camp.
Yes. Yeah.
From us smartphones.
Yeah.
Like, John! He's gonna be like 3 concentration camp pods down. Yeah!
Yeah.
And we'll do it like that.
Yep. We have it all planned out. We got you guys.
Yeah. So, we got 3 people watching right now. 3 people. Thanks, guys.
At the end.
Very, very much appreciated.
Yeah.
So, if you like this conspiratorial talk, I'm sure we'll get into some more other shit. I want to talk about some like regular other shit too, just like not always conspiracy theories and crazy shit.
Okay.
But, yeah. We can talk about.
We'll take a
shit.
break.
Yeah.
We'll take a break.
So, but anyone who's watching the shit, very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And we'll probably be doing this next Saturday, the Saturday after, something like that.
No, I think we're good for next Saturday.
Yeah. So tune in next Saturday. We'll be doing this shit. And thank you very much. I love everybody watching this shit. You got anything to promote?
No, I ain't got shit to promote.
All right, dude. So,
I got shit to promote.
let's just end this shit right now.
All right.
All right, thank you. Everybody, love you. You're the best. Peace.